There we are. Dang it. Yep. Knew that was going to happen. Greetings and salutations. I'm Ben. Welcome to Canucks Guitars, presented by the people we're presented by. That was on the ticker during the intro to the show. This is my co-host, Terry. That's my other co-host, Tom. That's the chat. All up and down. Oh, look at them. Look at them all. Look at. Yeah, just screaming. Like, for instance, let's do roll call. Why not? By the way, please subscribe if you're new. It's a lot of this. Leave a thumbs up if you haven't already. And, of course, we have the lovely and talented Janice Lala, BC Red 581, Magic Man, Mohogany, Zach Thong. Let's see, House of Twang, Dan of New Jersey, Magic Man, BC Rich 581. We already spoke. Hi. Will Varela, he's awake. Perfect. That's 2 nights in a row, Will. That's awesome. All right. Absolute mayhem.
Oh, no.
Terry's 3Gs. Okay.
Great.
Multitasking. Mr. Mark Taft. Vin's RJ. T. Ricky. Newest channel member. You can click the join button. Nice. Be cool like T. Ricky. Just saying.
Nice.
Umbrella. Still. Tim Thomas. Martin Lemaire. Hobo Rhodey. Gretch Zeppelin. Paul McNary. Symmetry. Charles 75 and Thomas Santiago. Even join in, Magic Man, Thomas Santiago.
One of my favorites. Good to see you, Thomas.
Where on YouTube is Thomas Santiago.
Randy Crooks is here, proud owner of a new electro-harmonic soul food. It's like a Klon, but cheaper. I already said hi to all those folks. Let's go back down the bottom.
Ben,
wow, that's a lot of comments. Like, because there's Dave Ennis is here. Apparently, Dan of New Jersey's here. Guitar Man 45. Happy birthday to Guitar Man 45. I think.
Nice.
Or no, wait, is that that's next week? Where is it? Yes, I don't know. Fret Love Midnight. He's here.
What was my buddy Corey's birthday yesterday? Happy birthday, Corey.
Happy birthday to him.
You're watching.
Yep.
Good
BC Rich, I think you might be right. Terry does have a bit of a Milton thing going on there.
See, I don't get Milton. I get the exact opposite. I think Terry looks like a hard ass now, like a mafia enforcer. Like, listen, I don't want this to be a big deal, but we're gonna need payment. I really don't have to come to you again. Or
Tom,
kids at school. We really need payment now.
Powder blue, short sleeve, collared shirt, dress shirt.
Yep.
Right, with a black tie, and he's every third shop teacher back in high school.
Oh!
Because Terry's glasses are actually safety glasses that you just wear 24/7. You know those guys.
But he's got to put tape in the middle, but they have to really be broken because the teacher would do that. He'd glue
a couple
back
pieces of solder stuck to the lenses.
Yeah, they have to be like this. Wait here, I have my prop glasses.
Yeah, it's nice to see you can really rock the shop teacher stash, Terry.
I've been growing this since the end of last month for November, so.
This is true.
Awesome, though.
What's up, Cushman?
There you go. See, they hold in.
So if you haven't already, leave a thumbs up for Terry's mustache, which may or may not be here next week.
That's right.
My buddy Corey told me these are the Cannabis Brothers glasses.
I thought those were your Aaron glasses.
Brothers, Terry? Did you watch that debacle?
What?
I shouldn't remember. If anyone
they call it industrial arts in Pennsylvania to try to make it sound better.
If anyone wants to see me and my buddy Corey completely out of control, there's an episode. You'll have to go find it. I'm not telling you which one it was, but there's an episode of Fruitcake Tony's Saturday show, Show Me Your Pick, where we are listed under our name as the Cannabis Brothers, and he did the whole episode with me. And let me just say that I had a good time, but I don't know how much of it I remember.
Nice. What's up, Billy Baloney?
All right, for the one person out there that made the suggestion, excuse me, I'm gonna need my stapler back. Yeah, right.
That's my stapler.
That's my stapler.
Exactly. Well, no mafia member has a beard or mustache, but according to the FBI, there is no mafia. Guys in Philadelphia just wear like $2,000 suits on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. and stand like in the middle of the street and do hand signals to another guy standing in another suit down at the other end of the block. They just do that. That's normal, right?
Yeah, that's normal behavior.
It's kind of more. It kind of really looks more like that '70s cop / maybe
That too,
'70s
yeah.
porn stash
It could be
thing.
the 70s cop, like the
cop,
have you seen the movie Serpico? The Al Pacino film.
Yep.
That's what
Yeah.
like the cop that goes undercover. It's like a
You wouldn't be the loose cannon, Terry. You'd be the poor bastard stuck, like partnered with the loose cannon.
Yeah.
You're like, damn it! How much more can I take of this? Hey, Snuffy.
And then he'd come up to you all hungover. Terry 3 times. I don't want to hear it.
Uh-oh.
He did it again.
No
I don't
one's
want to
noticing the high-pitched noise again. Is Terry got background still?
Let's see. Let me mute myself.
Shouldn't. What? How about that?
Okay, I'm going to mute you for a sec. How do I do that? Oh, you muted yourself. Even easier. I don't know. Did it go away? Because they were both muted, so if it's either of them or it's me.
It went away.
Okay. So apparently it's Terry. I don't really hear it.
I don't notice it.
I can hear it loud and clear, but I have very sensitive hearing.
I'll turn the preamp down a little bit. Maybe that'll clear it up. And I also turned off the...
I'm surprised other people are hearing it. It must be a younger guy hearing it because usually men over 40 can't usually hear those bitches. But I can still hear them.
I'm wondering, phone nearby?
Terry? Mine's not near here. Mine's
Mine's over there.
The only
I left
little
mine in
bit
the
of
other
sound
room.
that maybe people can hear is actually the fans on my computer are a little higher than normal.
That could be it.
It could be the fan whirring, yeah.
I was going to say, what's the proximity of your microphone to your tower?
Yeah, there you go. Tony said I can't hear anything.
Yeah, like about 1.5 feet, 2.
Threat level midnight.
That's probably it. It's picking up the case fans.
Probably it.
Yeah.
You just got to kind of tune it out. You can either hear it or you can't. I mean, but I just learned to tune
Billy
it out.
Baloney's 59 and can hear it, so that's impressive.
Oh, Billy, you got good hearing, bro. I hope my hearing's still good. I mean, as good as yours.
Sup, AQ Music?
Oh, that's awesome.
So it is a live Q&A. So,
you're 37. He's the baby.
yeah. Yes, so it is Q&A show. So if you do have any questions, we will have answers, and hopefully they'll even be correct. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm usually I can bat about 9 out of 10 or
Did
so.
it just go away?
Just God's sakes, don't have me solder anything.
No, but it's a lot less. It's almost gone.
It's fan whine then from my computer because
It's almost inaudible now. But if it's almost inaudible for me, that's good because my hearing is like I can hear a watch ticking across the room. It's so annoying.
I'm weird that way too. That's why, I can't have.
Do you go around and unplug phone chargers because they have that noise? I'm like, drives me nuts.
For years, it took me for years the noise just from the DVR from the cable company because I could just hear the hard drive click, 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 click.
And you know why they're also so noisy? They use cheap capacitors, and after about 6 months of like heating, cooling, they start to go. Ooh.
And that's why I leave them on all the time. I just leave them on for years.
My computer's been on, except for when I moved house, for like 10 years straight, like 24/7, and it's never had a problem. I just dust it out,
Fret Level Midnight with a question. He says, don't you think they should make a Killer Dwarves Big Deal album cover t-shirt? Yes.
Yes, please.
The Dwarves don't have a lot in the way of merch. They think they have 2 t-shirts. They did a bunch for the Stand At One, which was their kind of greatest hits / unreleased tracks. Is that what it was? Unreleased material? Wasn't new material. That's true. Hey, Craig T. Tomlinson.
No God, Billy Baloney.
And then they have one just says Killer Dwarves on the front, and then it says Go Dunk on the back for Daryl, their drummer. That shirt I have.
Well, in the other case, again, with my computer case, I've got one rear exhaust, two up exhaust, and two sets of fans in the front. So I've got
Maybe you need to relocate
7
that
fans.
away from the microphone. Maybe put that down on the floor, down, sidecar style. Just saying. Maybe.
Or put the mic up a little bit more too. That might help. As it is, I already talk so quiet, so.
Touche, Beeve.
Let's see here.
Magic.
All right. Yeah. All right. So I'll show this off, and then I will read the attached message. Just saying, okay?
Yep.
So this just in. How do I? Yeah, share screen. Right. And then I go to Chrome tab. You've been through this, Ben. You did it last night. Go to Messenger. There it is. So this was just sent to me. And it says, Salut, Ben. So I'm not going to say who it was, Terry Twaji, relay, the tash is on George's pedal. In other words, Terry's mustache is on George Tripp's pedal.
I like that.
That's
I can
hilarious.
translate.
That's awesome. What's going on, Randy?
So yeah, yep. I love it when he reports in.
It's funny.
Cushman picked up an Epiphone Elitist Les Paul.
Nice.
Ooh.
Does that mean it's all snooty? It's all elitist? It looks down its headstock at all other Les Pauls.
Actually, the weird thing about that is there's two versions of the Epiphone Elitist.
Really?
There is one that actually is sold with the non-square headstock, and one sold with the squared off paddle headstock.
All right, I can't say it because it's YouTube, but I'm like, wow, if you're selling one of those color choice, you really got to watch how you list something.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Yep. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Like new, insert color, elitist.
Yep. Yep. There's also things. If there was a like a cheap knockoff guitar for a while called like a Power Jammer or something, and there was one in white and one in black.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I'll have the one that's not black.
Oh, that sounds really bad.
I mean, how can you?
Yeah.
Magic Man asks, Ben, Terry, and Tom, where can I buy a custom electronics cavity cover for a Carvin?
I was just looking at that when he said that. I'm wondering if it's the same shape as it was in the past, because I know that Kiesel sells like Carvin replacement ones, but I don't know if they changed spec or not.
All right, my question is, what the hell is that? Is it a head? Is it an amp? Effect? What is a rack mount unit?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know what that is.
What?
That Carvin thing that he's talking about. What is that?
No, he wants the back cavity cover.
Assuming it's an instrument.
That's true.
Oh, just like, okay, so it's a Carvin guitar and he needs a back.
I mean, I assumed it was a Carvin guitar, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case,
I would contact Kiesel and see if they still make them.
Or pretty much, I was going to anybody that
anyone can
makes
cut them,
guitar,
right?
like they can make one. Like they're not that hard to make. You just stencil it out and then, mine would look like shite. But
well, if it's a big company making pickguards too, they're probably just CNCing all of them. So if you have the specs and you send them the specs, I'm assuming though he's looking for it where he can just buy it already made.
It's a 7-string, so I assume then it's definitely a guitar. Speaking of guitars, there's Mr. Pedals.
Lawrence O. the Pedals.
Hey, OPD.
Well, I would contact Carvin or Kiesel first because they own like that, intellectual property.
They might have some.
They might have some, or they might.
Well, and on top of that, if it's a model that hasn't changed other than the name on the headstock, then
make it.
they would have it.
Yeah, because it could well be. Yeah, they're like, oh shoot, yeah, we still do that shape on the blah blah blah.
And I do know that they still do some of them. I just don't know the one he's specifically talking about because I went real quick now and I looked on Reverb and there's people reselling ones listed as a Kiesel Carvin model rear cavity cover. I just don't know if it's different than the 7-string or not. What's up, Cushman?
Oh, by the way, hello, all Dave, all night.
Yeah. Hello,
what's up, all Dave? What's up, all
night? Janice laughing at OPD.
Yeah, you know me.
Are you down with OPD? Yeah, you know me.
Oh my god! I really want to do an LPD cover of that, but I cannot rap. I need somebody that can rap at least plausibly, and we do it up the right way. Maybe redo the track, but rockify it, kind of Beastie Boyify it.
The Orville pedal.
Oh my god! I'm just thinking about something somebody said as another variation on the Kiesel name, and think about it in a song that you do.
What's up, Milt?
Greasy Key. Yeah.
Exactly, Tom.
Greasy Kiesel. You could do that.
I wouldn't give Kiesel the satisfaction. Yes. Oh well, so I forgot to buy beer again today. So.
Oh jeez.
I think it was the last time I had a beer was a week ago tonight. Assuming I had one on last week's show, which did I? I might not have.
I don't know if I could tell you the last time I had a beer. It's at least been a year or two. Like even a sip of a beer.
Well, Tom, if you did as much YouTube as I do, well, you do.
I'd need it.
You should.
Oh God.
It doesn't agree with my heart issues.
Oh, and follow up to last night's show. And thanks again for everybody that donated to the cause. We did get the system cleansed today, so everything seems to be working well. It cost me $400, but
that's rough, man.
Yeah, because you want to spend $400 right before Christmas.
The Gamorrean Guard. That's my favorite character. I don't know what Lawrence's is, but
yeah, they could have left a nice little bit of mistletoe on top of the hole for you, at least.
Now I'm a liar. See, I've got Chewy here. I've got Greedo. And I've got look, Greedo.
Mark, I don't even think he's made any music in the last 5 years.
But I can't find my Gamorrean
Close
Guard.
to it.
Where is my Gamorrean Guard? See, we even got him here. Let's see who else? Jabba. But I can't find my. Gamorrean Guard though. Those guys when they're fighting in the ring and they like if there's at the sand pits, they have the big staffs. They look like giant warthogs. They stand on 2 feet.
Cholabacca.
Choyabaka.
That's true, Charles. That's true. Yep. Oh, apparently that system needs to be cleaned out every 2 years.
Oh, Lemon Haze. Super Lemon Haze is great, man. I like that, and I like Super Silver Haze, too.
Hey, Gear Junkie 35.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Which we got to do another hang. We need to set that up.
Baloney and everyone else.
Apparently, because as those who watched last night, apparently I book shows now on the air. Who do you have on next week? I don't know. Let me text somebody and find out.
What are you up to right now? Oh, I'm live on the air trying to book you.
This coming Sunday, Sean Hurwitz returns.
Nice. Yeah, that jet feels great. I'm just not as much of a sativa. I'm a heavy indica person.
Hey,
Take
Blackjack
whatever.
Guitar.
Hey, buddy.
I can't do strong sativas all the time, man. They give me anxiety.
I think I was handed an ounce of hybrid something.
I
I don't even know what the name was.
Yeah.
I was just told it's indoor and it's pretty good. I'm like, whatever. It's
You have
it just goes into the pile, Tom. You know how I am. Just whatever.
I think in all of North America, though, you have the best situation where the availability is there, but the prices are also super low.
Oh, it's a beyond a flush market.
Like most places where you have prices as cheap as yours, you're getting dirt weed bullshit. You're getting top shelf awesome stuff because there's just you can't compete. It's the race to the bottom because everyone's growing.
Yeah, but that's the funny part is you can still pay your prices at the same place I go to.
I know. You're telling me.
But you know the stuff you're getting for $100 a quarter is just it's not top shelf. It's like I got to go upstairs and reach their top shelf.
Yeah, that's the stuff you can smell from a quarter mile away when you open the jar, you know?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure I probably have less of a resistance to high top shelf stuff, but I go through a serious quantity of the lower shelf stuff. So I don't know. Does that balance it out? I think so, because pretty much whenever I have anybody's stuff, most average stuff is the cheap stuff is the same as the average stuff. Does the same thing to me. Might not last quite as long, but meh. That's why you get buy the trunk load.
Well, it's also with the entourage effect. What a lot of people don't realize is the difference between a 12 to 15% and a 25 and a 30% is not double or 2.5 times. It's like 10% more potency. You're not.
Well, I should clarify to Magic Man. I gotta clean my glasses. He's like, can't afford $100 quarter. Yikes! Need more money for guitar.
I pay 60 and 8. Talk about be lucky you're not in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
60 and 8.
But Magic Man, at the same place, I can buy 3 ounces for $100.
That's insane.
Canadian.
Like 1970s prices.
Oh, that's like 1950s prices.
No. I meant 1970s prices in Philly buying it on the street when it was $5 an eighth.
That is true. Stuff that like myself and friends were on one year. Somebody decided to have a hit. He was sitting there talking, Tom, and all of a sudden, literally, whoop, on the ground to the point where, like, they called paramedics because we're like, is he having a seizure? Like, and he's like, you know, and he's trying to explain, like, I'm okay. I'm like, oh, snap. He screamed out. But
See, I never
say anything because we're in an area of the world where you could not say that, Tom, because, you know, you got caught with a roach at 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like,
I'm not even talking 100 Canadian. I'm talking $120 American for a quarter. I pay 60 US for an eighth. My state is now the highest medical marijuana price state in the union, outside of Hawaii and Alaska, in the continental US. It used to be.
I think, that's what it was, Doug. He reached forward to pet the dog, except he just kept going. Like,
sounds like you need to go to LA and visit Anthony Stoner.
Lawrence is a very busy man. He says, keep your eyes open for sales and coupons coming from LPD. Well, if we institute a coupon code, Lawrence, let me know. Maybe we can do something with a Canuck theme. Maybe 5% off. I don't know.
I wish it was 32 and 8 here.
Throwing it out there. I don't know. But have a good night, my friend. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, have a good night, LPD. Or OPD.
Good night to both of you.
I mean, the stuff you do get, though, when you pay that much here is insane. It's next level shit. Yeah. But
our prices now are coming down, obviously, but previously we're on the same spectrum as California. No, it's the same stuff.
There's the birthday driver.
Did we mention, happy birthday to Down and Back with Corn Dog, who is another year older.
Today? Good week for birthdays.
He's really happy because now his age match is one of his all-time favorite drivers.
For 1 year only.
Oh, that reminds me. That kind of ties into the news that broke earlier today. The Pittsburgh Penguins hockey team got bought up by a group that actually has a motorsports.
We've been talking about that on the Canucks show, Terry. Roush Fenway Keselowski.
Mm-hmm.
RFK Racing. Doug's been all over that.
Wow.
Oh, 2 nights in a row. Yeah, I think
Mark, it's like the highest or top 1 or 2 states in in the continental US.
Steve Luther asks, how old? 48?
I don't know. I think your cousin.
I don't know. He can burn me with
Quentin James.
Well, and let's be honest, Terry. He could burn me with the same joke in 6 months because I'll be the same age again. So.
Yes, I'm living in the 40s, Doug. You also got to remember, I'm not a big NASCAR person, so.
Yeah, but you do moderate a NASCAR podcast.
Okay, guilty on that part, yeah, but...
He's like, I'm there to look for any trolls or ne'er-do-wells, and if they need a damn link, I guess I gotta find it. But beyond that, it's pretty easy and laid back as far as modding abilities. You could pretty much just put us on mute and just glance at the chat every 10 minutes. Did it move? No.
Oh, hey, we got a viewer!
Yeah, we have a viewer. Actually, it's been hitting 5-6 viewers at times.
Yes, it's actually been better lately.
Exactly, Fretlow Midnight. We know that. Oh, bring some air protection gear, Guitar Man 45. He's going to see Ingwe on Wednesday in a small bar. He's not going to bring a small rig. I rock Zed Blues.
Hey, I rock.
Michael likes the lunch cast. Hear that, Doug? Michael likes the lunch cast. Just saying.
The day cast.
Yep. Which is really easy during the off season because I don't have to cram in extra race viewing. By a noontime show, the lunchtime letdown shows. Michael LePage. Yeah, Doug. In the chat. Uh-oh. Is Charles 75N going to weigh in? He's another viewer. Dave Ennis. He tunes in on occasion.
Basement Guitar Superstar who occasionally tunes in as well, too.
Randy Crooks asks, Ben, what are you going to do when you hit 1 million views?
A massive glass saxophone hit. Speaking of that, I think it's time for a little saxophone.
I will say probably hold some form of a hangout show. Call it a special, possibly on a Sunday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a group hang. We'll do it the right way. Sup, Brad Guitar Miller? Oh, excuse me. And if you are a NASCAR fan, look up Canucks here on the YouTubes. See if we can break 60 subs.
In the interwebs.
All right, you go do your right turns for 8 minutes and 37 seconds, Doug. I have faith in you. I think you can do it in 8 minutes and 36. Just saying.
I know that you're left turns for Doug.
Right turns.
Oh, right turns. Okay, well.
Left turn in the play, right turn at work.
I don't know why that hit me so.
Charles likes both times flat. He's easy. So Doug will be back in about 8 minutes. Oh, good God, no. Mayhem. I pretty much swore off that stuff years ago. I can't believe I used to do that stuff and perform. Well, I thought I performed. Can't go over 2,000. Oh, they got a restrictor plate on it. That's true. Guitar Man 45. See? All these people that we're mentioning, they tune in. That's right. That's awesome that you do. And I hope at least 3 of you are in fact NASCAR fans. Otherwise, they just I don't know. Like Tom says, he just like to hear Doug and me just go off.
Oh, it's hot. I just love to hear it.
Yeah.
Threat level. When I went to San Francisco, it was like a Tuesday at like 11 a.m. And I saw this meth head literally just taking a shit right on the middle of the sidewalk. And he was looking at people like, what are you looking at? He did not care at all. Just
Yeah.
Anti-symmetry. Sure.
Just walking around him.
Oh, wow. You're not too far
Will
away.
you play guitar again with 1 million views, Ben?
Well, see, the reason I don't play guitar on the live streams anymore is due to lack of bandwidth and cell reception, right? Because I used to do it by phone at the old place. That's how we did it. I was thinking, I don't know if they work. Like, there's those crap-tastic, cell phone signal booster things, for like, let's say $50 on the Jungle website. But I don't think they do squat. But then they got the ones for like $300-400, we'll say, on the Jungle website. And I'm thinking, I think they actually do something. And I was thinking about maybe investing in one of those.
Those have a little bit of that fairy dust magic powder in them.
Yeah. Because if that's the case, like if we can get up to a decent amount of bars on the old cellular phone, because my data plan now is quadruple what it was. Well, in theory, it's unlimited, but really it's 15 gigs, and then goes down to like dial-up speed.
Yeah. The technology is technically there to share internet, kind of like when Terry and I are on, how it speeds everything up. But the reason why apparently I talked to a buddy of mine that works in infrastructure for IT, and he said the reason that it doesn't happen is because especially communist governments, they don't want Westerners being able to share bandwidth when they're trying to control the internet in those countries. So it'll never happen. But the technology is there that you could literally have an amazingly fast connection. If they're both, hooking up through satellites, you could literally share bandwidth through people remotely, but they'll never do it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you need to do, Terry, you just have to use a third-party decentralized unit. Like when we're connected here, we're technically using bandwidth here.
Tom, all I'd like is somebody to claim ownership of the fiber optic cable that's hanging on the phone pole there, fucking at the edge of the yard. That's all I want.
4K.
Just somebody claim. They're like, oh, that's ours. I'm like, great. Why don't you bring her on over?
Bring her right there. Yeah.
They could say, well, you're going to have to name your firstborn after us. Not a problem. Not planning on having kids.
That's the one that I ever had above like a real fancy, above a sub shop, but right next to a real fancy restaurant. All 3 of them had the same owner, shared the same internet. Yeah, it was fast. Because all their POS systems for the restaurant and stuff ran off of it. So it had to be super reliable, fastest one available. So because of that, we just, it was insane. Like, it was like a T1 line,
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, our regulator for internet and television and related stuff is sitting on its duff and allowing certain monopolies to rule.
Canada loves monopolies, Terry. You know that.
There's no reason our internet should not be. We should be able to do live streams with everybody in 4K and everyone seeing it in 4K at 120 hertz.
Yeah, and the only limitation is the device that you own in your home.
Have you ever
seen like if you own a 10-year-old computer, well, that's on you.
Have you ever seen how much faster the average internet is in Western Europe versus in North America? It's insane. They're like eons ahead of us.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir. All right?
No, I know. I'm just.
It's like,
yeah, no, I know.
You want to take a trip back in time, 25 years? Come on over to my place.
Dude, a couple years ago, I was on in a rural house, and I was on just above dial-up.
My service, they don't even offer by Bell anymore, Terry. It's not even on the website anymore.
Jeez.
Like the only thing they offer is basically they call it Bell Wi-Fi. It's the same speed ish.
Yeah.
And there's a cap.
Oh God.
And I'm like, no, this plan is unlimited. So I was like, no. Sup, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You are
And
unbelievably
that's-
late.
And that's the inherent problem is these companies are then saying like, oh, we want to offer you like the highest end stuff coming through, but then meanwhile, it's like they're not willing to, like in Ben's case, they're not willing to run it to his house. So it's like, you want me to be on a higher speed connection, give you more money, but you refuse to offer it to me.
Well, and this is the thing. The way I see it is, corporate is all about the bottom line, making money. You spent the money to run that line.
Yep.
So all it's doing is costing you money because it's still technically deteriorating. So it's going to need to be replaced after, say, 20 years.
Corporate never wants to put out money for repairs. All they want is new customers.
I'm sorry to hear that, my friend.
Oh, sorry, man.
At least you're here now.
So I have one comment, not like in disagreement as far as like to argue with someone, but all day, all night said to Magic Man, SpaceX going to make Elon Musk go broke if he's careful. In all seriousness, if you know the level of money that Elon Musk has access to,
I got to throw this out here.
On paper is almost 300 billion, but Elon.
I'm just saying this is a broadcast based in Canada, and 2/3 of the panel are Canadian. So really, you say it weird, according to me.
But Elon's a smart guy. Elon doesn't spend his own money. Elon is running SpaceX now out of borrowed money. So he's not, it's an LLC. He ain't going broke. He's going to keep his own money.
No, Zach, they don't, because Kojiko has this region. Except they don't offer what I need.
Yeah.
If you want 400 channels for $150, they can provide that for you. But
I'm not saying we need a windstorm to knock the crap out of the cable wire, that runs down this road. So then they would have to replace it, and then it would definitely, they'd replace it with fiber. And then I know I would have fiber because they'd be like, "Well, we have to." I'm like, "I know you do." And while you're here, hook a brother up, which would help my TV too because I only have a handful of true HD channels.
Yeah.
They're HD. I'm like, no, they're not. They're that 720. I have a 4K
so
TV.
Nice though. If you get the over-the-air HD, you're like, oh, that's what real HD looks like.
Exactly.
It was shot in 4K and it's broadcast unencrypted in 4K. You're like, whoa, like the grass field you can see and like.
Yeah.
Well, if I remember correctly where Ben is located, he actually would have better access to over-the-air 4K signals compared to me. I actually would, if I tried to go open air like I did a while back, I only had like 2 channels basically, and they weren't HD.
You would think, Terry, but the problem is, are you familiar with the term the Trent Valley?
Oh.
So put it over the air. Because I know we had over the air before we had cable. You couldn't even get Toronto stations, and we're only 100 miles outside of Toronto.
Man.
Oh, jeez.
We had better chance of getting Rochester stations because there's nothing to block you from the lake. But yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, you're better going.
Nicotine, Magic Man.
Hey, Scott.
Exactly, man. Breaking Belleville news. Undead beavers ravage telephone poles along 401. Yep. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, y'all. Yeah. For some reason, they chewed through the cable in several spots as well. It was not worth patching back together. Yes.
Well, Papa Blue said everything is satellite dish near there because they don't have. It's just electricity is the only lines that are run.
I hear you. I looked at that, but because I was offered the Elon Musk thing, but it's
ridiculous.
The service I'm paying now is, I think, let's say, I think it's like $75 a month because it's so slow, so it's $75 a month. But Elon's deal was $300 plus a month. I'm like,
wow,
no,
that's a lot.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's much more better either.
Well,
I had HughesNet for a hot minute. They do suck.
Yeah, like we used to have Bell satellite TV, and I know, like, hey, get any snow on the dish, you don't have reception anymore.
I
So,
remember that.
oh yeah, well, I made an awning for our dish, so there was not an issue for that. Here, yeah, let's face a bowl upward and hope it doesn't get full of snow in Canada.
hey, why can't I get my
Oh
channels
yeah, speaking
anymore?
of which,
Crap.
oh yeah, snow's here. Snow's here.
Ben, do you want to hear the my shit luck?
We have
charm,
snow.
Ben?
I don't care for it. I did not shovel the driveway today. I'm hoping it just melts off by the next day or two.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's snowing, and I don't like it. What's up, Dale? It snowed all day yesterday.
That's what I was going to say. It's snowing constantly up here, but it's such a faint, like, little
Ooh.
small amount.
I am so sorry to hear that, Chris. I am so sorry to hear that, my friend.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that as well, too.
Oh, sorry, man. My computer setup's on a delay a second, so I'm sorry.
One of the classic standards that I did at my mom's burial was Amazing Grace.
Well, you do more contemporary. Oof.
I can tell you what a friend of mine did, but you guys, I won't answer first because obviously you guys have been through it. So,
What's up, Benjamin?
I'm really sorry, man. That sucks.
You know what? If you knew any song that she was fond of,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
you know that, yeah. Because I'm trying to think. Like, we still haven't held the service for my mom for a variety of reasons, but
Also, if you check with your church, there's some that you'll say, "Do you have any to suggest?" They have ones that lyrics kind of fit the situation.
well, and they might also have a list like don't play any Kiss. We don't want
Right.
any-
They're like,
no
Yeah.
Pantera. We're not.
no hotter in hell.
Yeah.
like you
or
can
hotter
do
than
Pretty
hell.
Woman, but don't do the intruder part. That's a little sacrilegious. No, in all seriousness, though, not to be.
Green sleeves. I like that,
like,
Steve
when you-
Luther.
I know a friend of mine said they did. I don't know the title of it. The one I think it's called "On Eagle's Wings."
Yeah.
You know, live, dun, 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 dun. So there's ones like that. You can ask usually like
No, Guitar Man 45. You keep it.
whatever the church.
I don't want it.
Yeah, sometimes. Patsy Cline one for my mom. Cool. One of her favorites.
Well, you can know. Ooh, Honeymoon Suite. There are. See, the problem is there is a few ballads, Terry, but they're very keyboardy. You know, like
Yeah.
What Does It Take? That's a very beautiful song.
If it was a Cajun funeral, you could do the Saints Go Marching In.
I would say something that she liked. Do an arrangement of something that she liked.
Yeah. That's pretty much for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I know someone else that did. You are so beautiful to me. That
Yeah,
version,
that would be-
you know? You're everything I hope for.
Ooh, fingerstyle version of Out of Africa main theme. Nice. Hold off.
Her favorite. That's nice, man.
Well, you know, if you have trouble with certain problems, you can always do a single strum here and there. Just saying.
So he said he's working on a fingerstyle version of Out of Africa.
Mhm.
I don't know if he can pull it off. You know what? If you can just get through it and you want to do that, ain't nobody
Yep.
judging you how you played
Yep.
it, man.
Well, and the thing is, like, sorry, like you're playing fingerstyle. There's a tricky part. You can always strum over a certain part and then pick
And
up.
nine out of 10 or probably 19 out of 20 people, they don't know if you're playing the wrong part anyway, unless you literally like went a half step off and just kept playing it or something. Like most people
There's
like,
another awesome suggestion
You know what I mean? They don't
by
know.
Blackjack Guitar, Arms of an Angel by Sarah McLaughlin.
oh, he said that was her favorite. I would definitely do that then. Even if you just,
What's up, Jay Steen?
you know.
Hey, Justine. Yeah, if Out of Africa was her favorite, then I would definitely go with that. No matter how good or bad you do it, it's just the
You're gonna judge yourself more. Most people won't even notice, even if you make a mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also know, buddy, that we are all here for you. Because I know, like, this time, well, yeah, it was this time last year, you know, this community got me through a lot.
yeah.
And still does. My sister and I were joking about it today. I don't get a day off anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But that goes for a lot of people. So I got lucky a long time in life. Like something like simple as, when was the last time somebody cooked a meal for you? You know, because if I don't feel like cooking, I still got to go out, hit a drive-through, or have something delivered, or, you know, just all of a sudden, here, Tom, here's a sandwich. All right.
I can't tell you the last time someone's cooked for me, especially being a single parent. I'm always either cooking for myself or cooking for everyone. Like,
yeah, it's not like I'm not crying a river at it. It's just something like, because I used to cook once in a while, and then, or before that, I didn't cook at all. Now I'm cook all the time, and I enjoy it.
The last time someone cooked for me,
it gets to be a bit much at times. Like days like yesterday, I'm like, fuck, I still got to do a show tonight, and I've had.
Or if you're so tired and like you're like, I haven't eaten any protein today. I need protein. You're like, I don't feel like making anything. I just want to eat a piece of bread and go to bed. Like,
or that's how it was for me too with my mom. Oh, those last 7 years, when she wasn't able to cook.
Exactly.
And it gets a lot of that stuff when we take on the responsibility of trying to care for our like sick and elderly parents. And we got to do a lot of the stuff for, it's a lot of pressure, and that's what I said. Like, yeah, like some people some people in the past have criticized me about being a certain way over the years, and it's like, if you were actually in my position dealing with what I had to deal with, or like what Ben still has to deal with, or, you know, various other people out there, well, you wouldn't exactly be mellow and super happy and everything else either. Like, it's a lot of stress.
Well, I don't think people understand, and this is not making light of it, but taking care of an elderly or a sick family member is the same as taking care of like a newborn baby, not in the mental thing, in the amount of care and attention it requires. You can't leave them. You can't just, especially if you've got a family member that's really sick and they're older, they can't get up to go to the bathroom by themselves, or they could have a heart attack, a stroke, they could fall at any time. You get to sleep when they're sleeping. Like, you might not sleep. Terry, you've been through that. I know, Ben, you have, where, okay, I got 2 hours of sleep and I'm exhausted and I'm dead to the world, but mom needs me to get up or dad needs me to get up. So I don't care. I got to get up and have 3 cups of coffee and stay up for 14 hours. And then when she goes to sleep, okay, I can get 6 hours of sleep. And then all of a sudden she wakes up in the middle of the night and I'm up for another 10 hours. And that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I don't think some people understand that. They think like, oh, it's 6 hours and then sleep as much as you want. No. You know.
And not that there's anything wrong with it. It's part of life. Circle of life. I mean, I'm fine with that. So.
Yeah.
And I'm loving some of the comments in the chat here. I was reading that.
Tom
was talking there. So it is a family, a community, a family, whatever. You know. And that's a cool thing too, and like tonight, it's a hybrid for me too, because I have friends in the chat like Milt and Mark. I've known them literally since the 80s. So I've known them away from YouTube, and now they're here hanging out with my other YouTube friends.
Good question.
Exactly, John. Sometimes being responsible is tough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Martin Lemaire was making the suggestion on if you've actually looked at e-box to see if they actually will come into your area. Ben,
I don't know what that is.
e-box is another independent ISP that's, I would say, mid upper tier of the third party ISPs.
Magic Man asks, what are the chances of getting Jay Leonard J on? Jay Leonard J has been on. Go to the playlist Interview Hangouts. It's there. There's quite the library of guests that have been on the channel. I'd reach out to Jay again. He seems pretty busy, though.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Because he doesn't put out as much YouTube content these days, which tells me
he's got a lot of gigs.
He's busy elsewhere.
A lot of work.
Well,
I love his playing, though.
What's up, Charlie S?
He plays understated, but he's so tasty.
Yep. Fellow Canuck.
He definitely he has that seasoned, like you can tell he's played a lot because he doesn't overplay at all. He just
Can we say he's Canada's RJ and not just because he's also like Filipino?
No, he definitely is Canada's RJ. I never thought of it like that. He is
That's a good one, Ben.
But he's like, because he's very multi-talented in a variety of disciplines. He's a tasty as fuck player and a super nice guy.
Different styles, definitely each have their own style, but they both have that. They always bring it. Here's what they both do. They don't pick it up and play a scale or play a couple notes. They mean what they play every time. You know, like Jared James Nichols. That's what I love about that guy. When he's like playing a guitar unplugged, and he's like, when I heard he broke his hand, I was gonna be like, "What, playing guitar?" Like that's how I assumed he did it. Like, because he's like,
yeah.
Yeah, he's really good, Jay.
Stephen Douglas gets it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
So we're going to go for a little while longer here, folks. So we have any other questions, especially guitar related, ask away. I have no new gear or anything like that because
the only thing I got new is
I got new bills, Terry. That's what I got. I got bills.
Yeah.
The last month has not been good.
Me, yeah.
And during the last night's show, I don't know, I was distracted a bit because I asked Kenzie to sit down with Sam, make a couple, Christmas wish lists, and she's texting him to me while we were live last night, and I'm like, damn it, okay, yeah, all right, sure, yep. Oh, you want that too? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm fun Uncle Ben, so.
I was get a handwritten list from Kyan.
And thankfully, you awesome folks, you contributed a nice little amount, and I had set aside some as well, and we're spending a few $100 bones on the girls.
Nice. Magic Man has a question.
Oh, good. Have you guys played the Keeley Katana Clean Boost?
Nope.
I have not.
No.
That's one of the...
Because I was just thinking, any of my friends have one? No.
That's one of the ones
and then I was like, when I played one at a show, like at NAMM, I'm like, no, because I wouldn't hit a clean boost. Not that it's wrong or anything, but I didn't see opportunity. So definitely...
John Mayer uses it. It's probably great if he used it. He's got a...
Papa Blue's close.
Here. He has 2 on his board.
Available. Link down below. If you like Terry's t-shirt, link down below.
My t-shirt with my logo I did there for Ben and for the channel.
If you like this t-shirt, link down below. It's a different link, but it's a link. Go to the flip side, link down below, and get yourself a shirt. Or hit the hell's that site called? Spreadshirt? Something like that. Hit them up.
Janice does have a good question.
She loves the yo-yo video?
No.
Oh, all right. I'll go back.
$8.55.
Price drop was way.
I have been asking this in streams today. Tuning with an amp on or off? I use a tuner pedal, so it wouldn't matter.
Hit the tuner pedal, should mute the amp.
Yeah, my tuner pedal mutes the amp anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're using a headstock tuner, if your amp is loud and resonant enough, it can, in a sense, but it's still picking up the same. It's more other people playing through the amps. Like I've had that happen where I've used a snark tuner, and the bass player will start playing, And I was like, well, thanks, because I'm just now watching your tuning.
Yeah.
Because it's just
Well, that's what I
dominating.
was gonna say. Like that. That's the thing with the snark, though, is you can have it that it goes by mic or by vibration. So
Okay, I didn't know that. There's two
I
hanging
didn't
right
know
there.
To me, I was not aware of that.
Like literally,
How
bam.
do you change
There's
it?
two right there.
How do you change it?
Now the question, do either of them work?
How do you change it? I'm being
You're not
serious.
doing anything.
there should be a little button on the side that
You're
actually
barely
gives the
doing
option.
A little click button on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? That button?
I never knew what that was for. That's cool.
Like I'm going to be able to read that.
Yeah. I know. I always
Taps?
want.
No. Tape? No. Fart? What? Tape? Fart?
Hey, Dwight.
Oh, no. This one has a switch. Is that the switch you're
Okay.
talking about, Terry?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because then there's that little deal. And I was like, what's that say
Mic
on
or
that?
vibrator.
All right. So, yeah, this one has a switch. This one is pre-switched. It's that
So
old.
the,
Yeah.
Ben, the mic side is when you want to tune your guitar, and the vibrator side is when you want to tune your woman.
Let's see if this will focus, because this is a heavy relic model.
Oh, jeez.
I was gonna say when you
Like,
want to
this
tune
thing
your-
has seen a lot of gigs. And it was always around. My bass player would always use it. And yeah, it's just like the finish is just worn off. Rubber pads. Well, it's got half of one, kind of, sort
Yeah.
of. This side, nope, plastic. This one, it's got big old rubber pad. Oh yeah, because it's on the old angular thing. This one, it's got the angular, but no, it's just plastic. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what what the hell? They've been featured in several videos. And then there's another one from Reverb over there. Same thing.
I have one.
I didn't like it, so I just used it for its battery. It became a donor tuner. Parts-
I have one
parts tuner.
small complaint of the Strobostomp HD. I absolutely hate how it looks. I know that's not important because it's phenomenal tuner, but if they could make the quality and the accuracy of the Strobostomp HD look like the TC Electronic one,
Mhm.
sleek looking, then I'd buy it all day long. I
So
just
you
hate
mean
the way it
the
looks.
the
The,
LED display of it isn't as high definition looking or something
I
as
want,
the
I want
TC?
the one like on the TC, you can adjust, you can have it really bright, or you can put it where it's almost invisible on the LCD.
I'm not a fan of the TC ones. I don't know, for whatever reason,
I
it
don't
doesn't
like
like
the
me.
tuning
Snarks
function.
do, and even I don't like the certain snarks, like the tight snarks. I think they're called.
Those are
Tight.
garbage.
Throw them out. I don't like them.
Those
They're
don't
way
work well for me
too
either.
accurate.
Yes, Magic Man's right. It does look like the Zune. It looks like the old.
Oh god, the Zoom
Right.
players.
But I love the aesthetic. But the TC, I don't think has that great of a tuner in it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Did we
So
say
I
hello
want
to
that-
Dwight Bailey? I meant to
want
I
amend
did.
it.
Zoom,
I did.
Apple, iPad kind of, or iPhone aesthetic. But
Why am I busting up more? There's a big plateful already chopped up. Like seriously, we got lots. We have lots. Sup, Crowbar?
The only thing I don't like about
You
it is
sexy
the look.
beast.
To me,
Hey,
it looks like
Crowbar.
something designed in the 1970s.
Ben, that is enough oregano for your spaghetti.
Nope.
No,
Needs
no, no,
more.
It's jazz cabbage. It's jazz.
Oh, sorry, jazz cabbage. Yeah, that's right.
Y'all got any of that jazz cabbage?
Y'all got any of that jazz cabbage? It looks like I'm losing part of my scalp.
Yep.
By the way, my Anthony Stoner reference was from the Trailer Park Boys Tour the USA series that was out. And in the end of it, they went to LA, and one of the challenges was they had to outsmoke Anthony Stoner. So they went to the address, and they're like, wait a second,
Stoner.
you're Tommy Chong. Yep.
Oh, no.
So they're like, there's no way we're going to be able to outsmoke Tommy Chong.
Ooh.
Is that the one where they show up to his door and he's like, well, you might as well come in?
Yeah.
So Doug Strong bought his first pedal in almost 20 years this weekend. Congrats.
Nice.
I ordered a blacked out golden fleece fuzz from Mythos.
Wow, that's going to be cool.
Start to 2022, the year of the pedal board. Well, congratulations, my friend. That's a great pedal.
I've never played one, but I've heard the Golden Fleece Fuzz is very good. I think you know that one, right, Ben?
No.
I thought you played it out there when you were at one of those NAMR things.
Oh, yeah, I've played it. I thought you said I owned one.
No. Played it.
Yeah, I played it. I sounded like absolute ass. Aaron played it, and it sounded pretty decent. And then Errol Posen tried it, and I went, oh.
That's how it's supposed to sound.
Oh. You know, and then say like Rhett tried it, and I was like, oh. I was like, what are you using? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I hear like a clon, you know, and it was like, no, that's a fuzz. I'm like, how? And they're like, well, you learn how to play one, you know. I'm like,
a fuzzy clone.
No, but that's what, like, it sounded like the sweetness of a clon to me, and they're like, no, that's a fuzz. I'm like, how? Because they know how to set one up.
First time I played a fuzz, I'm still learning on something like that. What's up, Crowbar? Yeah. I thought like this plays like garbage, and I got rid of it, and then I had to buy another one. Someone's like, no, you don't use it like that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, kind of like what I was saying there. I now have the Electro Harmonics OP amp, Big Muff Pi.
Okay, yeah.
And it was like I started playing it, and I'm like, okay, well, where's the fuzz? And I'm like turning up the fuzz level, and I'm like, well, this isn't getting heavier in fuzz. But then I noticed the sustain, and I'm like, compared to my El-Ray FX Lucha Fuzz,
the Shred Master himself, Mr. Steve McFall, in the chat.
It doesn't have the same fuzz level as the El-Ray FX Lucha Fuzz, which is basically like a Big Muff as well too. But the sustain, it was like, okay, I see now with the sustain aspect of it.
Now that we have Mr. McFall in the chat, if you don't, folks, follow him on the Instagrams if you want to see some face melting. If you're into, I don't know, Slayer, perhaps.
If you're into,
he can do that. He plays pointy guitars. Usually they're black. Sometimes, you know, it could be a BC Rich or a Jackson or something. And plays through a Marshall amp. Loud, probably. Likes to wear black.
Yes.
Black. And he was jamming with the one and only Stacy Coulter the other day. Just saying.
Ooh, nice.
That means nothing to most of you, but to those of you who know, Stacy fucking Coulter is a hell of a drummer. Just saying. One of my favorites of all time. Yep. Hope you had fun, buddy. And good to see you.
Yes, Joe.
See what happens when local people pop in, Terry? You get a shout out. I get a shout out because you're local. You gotta support the scene, you know. Support the scene.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say, John, actually that's how I've got it right now on the pedal board. That House of Twang was nice enough to make me a pedal board recently.
Dropped nice.
Last week. So now I have an official pedal board. Well,
welcome to the club.
You can kind of see it there a little bit. That's as far as
Speaking of somewhat local, we have other left in the chat, hailing in from Port Perry, Ontario.
Oh, nice.
I did see Rhett was live earlier today, and I missed that, Zach. Fretlin Midnight's getting a Pearl Phaser from Japan. You lucky bastard. Wow. I haven't had a chance to try one of them. I'd like to try one of them.
Okay.
At first, I thought he meant like that it was pearl colored, and then I realized.
Yeah, unbelievable.
That's right, pearl.
Care, my friend.
Made.
Ben, I just muted myself and just went and watched Steve McFall, and he was playing a Lamb of God cover, and I'm just like, okay, I need to get like a rhythm lesson from you.
He's good.
His rhythm's fucking, sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, take care, effing.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to do.
I stopped at the rhythm. I'm like, all right, that's enough. That blew my mind off enough.
When I was producing shows and doing sound at my shows as well as other shows, his band played quite a bit.
Nice. And he's got lots of nice points on.
Yeah, I usually would stand about 4 feet away from him, and just stand there late and just watch and go, wow, that's nice. Yep, he's good. Just saying. He's practiced a bit.
It was
Much more
not
than I do,
the
clearly.
either. It was the kind where you're all up and down the neck.
And he's good with ooh. Speaking of soldering problems, maybe we'll talk to Dr. Steve about my pick 'em up problem. Although I was talking with Dr. Ritchie about it earlier before we went live, so
yeah,
I'm going to try something drastic with that, and I'm going to just reverse it. I'm going to put the black on the positive and try that, and put the other two to ground and see what happens.
I love though when Aaron was talking about dripping the solder and it just melts and hits all the contacts at once.
Seems like it. Jesus.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like,
but then that woke up when I heard that story. Woke me up.
In regards to Ben's situation, that's what I always understood with wiring, is that the dummy coil is supposed to be grounded.
I don't know. I've tried every wiring combination other than take the one that looked like the ground and using it not as the ground. So
and that's what I was.
Yeah, because I told Rich, I'm like, yeah, it seems like both pickups. He goes, yeah, something's wired backwards. I'm like, well, I only touched one pickup, so the neck pickup shouldn't be affected. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Do you want to get like really crazy mojo about it? Hold on 1 second, guys.
Crowbar prefers pork of Satan over Lamb of God.
So if you want to get really crazy about it, I'll tell you this.
Sweet Steve.
So in my Sir Strat, it had that SSC silent single coil system, which when I got it, they just threw it in there, but it's like $200 or $300 upgrade otherwise. And what it is just a single coil stacked really thin on top of each other, and they wire it to ground. Thanks, bud.
Sony delivery.
Thanks. They wire it to ground. I've got good kids. They wire it to ground, and then they put in there. It makes your guitar a lot heavier because you've got this stacked big single coil in there. Makes it completely quiet, but I have to say, it's nice having them dead quiet, but there's something that it takes away from the actual single coil when it's canceling that. Right. It's almost like having a noise gate, like it cancels too much. And
in all fairness, who the hell makes a 3-lead pickup?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You got to use their pickups.
It's 2 or 4. No, pickup should be 2 or 4 wires. There's no need for the superfluous third. I'm like,
I ripped the whole system out. I'm like, ooh, the guitar's lighter now. It's like took like a half pound off the guitar,
Yeah, and I'm working with the Stack P90. That's not a light pickup.
Yeah.
That's why you just go with one pickup in each guitar and you keep the weight down,
Freeland does 3-wire. Really?
I love the Freeland Vintage Hot. That's what I swear by.
Yeah, and the more I rant about it, even though Steve said bring her on over, he might be regretting that comment.
Yeah.
I bought Freeland pickups when Lindy was the only one winding them, and you had to send him mail order or credit card over the phone or a check through mail order. So I did.
All right. See, House of Twang says 3 is coil tapping. You could just not use that wire. Well, yeah, but not like just leave it disconnected, because then it's just you're only using half the pickup, aren't you? That doesn't make sense.
No, the other inherent problem though is again you're not grounding out the dummy coil.
Right.
Do you know what I do want to try? And this is way overkill, but I really want to try it.
That's true. Muddy Waters, we did eliminate the springs for weight relief. That is true.
So what I really want to try is the Pete Thornbucker pickups. They're a offset coil. So one coil is like 5.5 and the other's like 3.4. So it makes an almost 9K pickup. But when you split it, you get like an old school 50s, 60s Fender, like early 60s, like a 5.5 output. I want to put triple humbuckers in a Strat, but I want to permanently have just a 3 or 5-way switch, but it's only like a Strat setup. It's split neck, and the dummy then acts as canceling it out. You basically get, it sounds perfectly like a single coil, and it's quiet, but it doesn't mess up like a silent single coil. And it would look ridiculous with 3 humbuckers, but it would sound like 3 great single coils, I think. And then you can
onto something.
Your humbucker if you needed to, like SSH. But I thought it'd be a cool idea, though. Who's the country guy? He has 3 P90s in a Strat style. I'm trying to think of his name. He makes all those program algorithmic things for one of those modeler Kemper kind of things, or or line
Oh.
6.
I just remember Reverend was the Reverend. Oh, I think it was the first Ron Ashton signature V. It had 3 P90s in it.
There you go, like that
3P90s.
one. Yep.
And I just went, "What is that?" And my friend Scott was playing it at a bar locally. And as soon as he was done, I walk up, I was like, "Hi," because I hadn't seen him in years. And I'm like, "What's that?" He goes, "Oh, that?" He goes, "Reverend." I was like, "Oh, yeah. Can I try it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right." And it was well balanced. And I was just like, damn, I think I need this in my life.
Coolest thing I ever saw, like when I was first down in Miami, we had, when he was still alive, you know, he was an awesome guy. He came for one day, Hiram Bullock. So because I was doing sound and audio stuff, they said, if you want to help him, like if he needs any like tech help or setting up stuff, you can kind of hang with him all day. And I'm like, yeah. So we're hanging out with him, you know, and he's just like telling like crazy jokes. But I look at his Strat and it literally is like a vintage 60s Strat, but then he has 2 like patent number Gibson, you know, like similar to PAF with their patent number pickups in a Fender pickguard. And this is like the 96, 97. So there wasn't all this aftermarket shit back then.
Mm-hmm.
The Big Apple Strat way before they even made that. And I'm like, and he just had it done for him like that by some guy in New York. And I'm like, you can do that? And he's like, shit, yeah, motherfucker, you can do anything you want. And he just starts playing. I'm like, whoa. Like, I was like, my mind was blown. Like, but, you know, he's got this big Gibson humbucker sound and like a Strat with a tremolo.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's basically what happened and made this model was basically that Big Apple Strat.
But I mean, if you imagine seeing like a 62, 63 vintage Strat.
But yeah, exactly.
Worn, but with 2 humbuckers, just like Terry's, in like 96, that you didn't see that a lot back then.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you really didn't. And it blew my mind. I'm like, wow, like that's a vintage Strat, but it's like a.
Speaking of which, that's something that popped in my. So let's see here. Speaking of modding and stuff,
I don't know if he had 10s or 9s on it for Little Midnight. If you're talking about,
keep a photo of that.
He was a big guy. I mean, like big, tall, big hands. So probably heavier, but I don't know. Some big dudes play light strings too.
I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and I noticed something that's been returned to very old school spec. But if you look at this Strat, oh man, is it going to focus for me? Look at the routing behind it that's been later filled in. And that would be Mr. David Gilmour.
I was going to say it looks like Gilmour.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like, what were you running back in the day? And not afraid to completely route out.
It looks like RJ's pink guitar when he did his rig rundown. He said it was his favorite. Now it has that big route in the back, and the Floyd just kind of sits on top of it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, let's see. Do we have anything else to discuss this eve? We've gone into overtime. We got 56 people watching. Leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already.
Well, there's a pretty good deal that Fret Level Midnight just mentioned.
What's that?
Fret Level Midnight at 913 mentions, remember peeps, you can get 25 sets of Martin electric strings off a string by mail for under $50 shipped.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
That's quite cheap.
Now, do they make their own, or do they have someone make them? I'm
not sure.
I don't know about that, because there's an awful lot of string companies, and then people say, well, there's only like 4 places that actually make strings. I'm like, well, I don't know about that, because there's a lot of places that claim to make their own strings, you know? So who's all lying?
Some of them have private contracts they won't tell you, like Hershey Chocolate in the United States. They contract out to so many local ones around the area here, and everyone knows who they are, but they won't officially say that they do it. But when they have overrun orders, they have to do it.
Oh, okay. John DeShane thinks it was a Kaler that Gilmour had on that guitar.
That's what I was thinking. It doesn't look like a Floyd cut. It looks like more like a Kaler.
Yeah, I'm not that.
It's more narrow and comes back further. I would tend to agree.
Quick shout out to Symmetry. I feel your pain or understand your pain, what you're going through right now.
Been there, done that, my friend. I need to start a YouTube channel.
Oh, does Symmetry have a daughter? I couldn't handle having a daughter. If you do, God bless you. Teenage women, I'm assuming he has a daughter. That's God bless you. That's tough.
That's where I'm lucky. I only have nieces and not daughters.
Oh, I'm so lucky I have 2 sons. So lucky.
Send them home. Jeff
Does
K.
anyone know who to
Oh,
use
speaking of which, before we wrap things up,
That's what I was just gonna say. The list.
we got to shout out the patrons on Patreon. If you'd like to become a patron and get your name added to this list,
the patron?
and get a shout out, as well as, I don't know,
Start out.
exclusive content. There is that. So, deep breath. Guitar Man 45, Symmetry, Paul McNary, Mickey Sotomayor, Joe C, Keith H, Knucklehead 0, Unfucking Believable, Charles 75N, John ZD 351, damn it. JP Page 2, Jose Benito Martinez Jr., Fruitcake Tony, Ben Tom, Blackjack Guitar, Grumpy Mike Guitar, Craig T. Tomlinson, Cousin Todd Flowers, Charles Green, Brad Guitar Miller, Absolute Mayhem, Other Left, Randy Crooks, and of course, Mohogany. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I say exclusive content stuff. And or you can become a channel member and be more visible. You won't get the dedicated shout out because you're green in the chat. Whereas the other people are gray. But Patreon doesn't recognize, YouTube's like, we don't care if you're a patron. We're not doing anything special for you. That's not us. I'm like, well, they're people too. So we shout them out. Yep. There we are. Did that. Mentioned we've got Sean Hurwitz coming up this Sunday. No NAS Canucks this week.
Did you do sponsors?
Yeah, I had to scroll along the bottom.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Wait. Did I do NAS Canucks last week, Terry?
Yes.
Then no NAS Canucks this week. We'll return next week with NAS Canucks. Guitar Town Hall returns this Thursday. Could have a big time guest. Might not have a big time guest. All depends on if that guest gets their new signature guitar by that time. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh, interesting.
So it's someone that's big enough to have a new signature guitar. But it's not confirmed, and I haven't heard from Dave about it. And so, Dave, you're lurking. Feel free to message me now.
BC Rich 580 wants to thank
Nope.
my daughter's only 8, but I'm nervous. Start early being the overprotective dad that won't take anything, because I work with like 11 and 12-year-old kids, and there's already like 11-year-old girls like giggling about the boys they think are cute. So start early.
So, yes, if you haven't already, subscribed to the David Nesdall YouTube channel, where I co-host the Guitar Town Hall with David Nesdall. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Could be a major guest. Just saying. On that note, parting words, Terry?
Thanks to everyone out there for tuning into my channel, tuning into Ben's channel. Supporting everyone wherever you can. Also, extra thumbs up to everyone who grew a mustache or similar facial hair in support of Movember this month. Again, also thanks to everyone who was supportive of breast cancer awareness in October. Beyond that, I hope everyone that celebrated Thanksgiving in the U.S. had an awesome, safe, and happy Thanksgiving.
Positive vibes to BC, West Coast. A lot of weather. Just positive vibes, my friends. Tom, parting words?
I think I'm good.
Tom's good. Good to know. Better than bad. Gotta say it. Thanks, everybody that tuned in tonight. Special shout out to my mods, although they're here. Oh, man. Either way, shout out to them. Channel members, thank you very much. Obviously, patrons, thank you. Subscribers, regular viewers, new viewers, viewers we haven't seen in a while. All the above. Anybody that contributed tonight, thank you very much. And of course, be good to each other.
Oh, I know what I was thinking.
Let that lady in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you.
Yeah.
Why? Well, Aaron says Fuzz is real. Doug's wife's real.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Doug. Cheers. Rock on. Happy tone chasing. And of course, don't litter.
Later,
I'm
Murph.
looking at you. Don't litter.
Find a trash can.
Hold it in your pocket till you can get rid of it.
Yeah, it's Growlbar, yeah.
See you,
See you,
Marcus.